The moment Coco Gauff stepped to the microphone after her third-round victory at the Miami Open, reporters expected the usual. Questions about her serve, her recovery from the Indian Wells injury, her path through the draw. What they didn't expect was the American star turning the spotlight directly on Eala, not with criticism, not with rivalry, but with something that left the tennis world stunned. Gauff, who had been forced to retire against Eala just weeks earlier at Indian Wells, revealed an unexpected action that the 20-year-old Filipina had taken after that match, something that happened away from the cameras, in the privacy of the locker room, that Gauff had never shared publicly. And when the words left her mouth, the room fell silent. Because what Eala did after beating Coco Gauff at Indian Wells wasn't just sportsmanship, it was something far more profound. And now, Gauff was exposing it for the world to see. March 9th, 2026. Indian Wells Tennis Garden. The third-round match between Coco Gauff and Eala ended in a way no one wanted. Gauff, trailing 2-6-0-2, walked to the net and retired, her left arm immobilized, her face a mask of frustration and pain. She had described the sensation as a firework going off inside my arm, a nerve issue that would later be diagnosed as a scary feeling that worsened as the match progressed. The cameras captured the embrace at the net. They captured Eala's emotional on-court interview, where she dedicated her victory to International Women's Day and called Gauff an amazing competitor and amazing role model. They captured Gauff walking off the court, her tournament over, her body betraying her at the worst possible moment. What the cameras didn't capture came next. When Gauff retreated to the locker room, devastated and uncertain about her future, she found something waiting for her. A note, handwritten, in the careful, looping script that she would later recognize as Eala's. According to sources close to Gauff, the note was brief but devastatingly sincere. It expressed concern for Gauff's health, gratitude for the battle they had shared, and a promise, "You'll be back stronger, I know it." Gauff kept the note. She tucked it into her tennis bag and didn't mention it to anyone. But she never forgot it. March 21, 2026, Hard Rock Stadium, Miami Gardens. Coco Gauff had just advanced to the third round of the Miami Open, defeating Alicia Parks 3-6, 6-0, 6-1. She was playing through the lingering effects of her Indian Wells injury, admitting to reporters that her team hadn't wanted her to compete at all. "My team didn't want me to play this tournament, but I decided to do it," she confessed. "Maybe I also wanted to show them they were wrong." The questions turned to her health, her recovery, her mindset after the Indian Wells scare. And then, almost as an aside, a reporter asked about Eala, how she felt about the Filipina's run at the Miami Open, whether there was any lingering tension from their Indian Wells match. Gauff's expression softened. She reached into her pocket and pulled out something that made the room freeze, a folded piece of paper. "You want to know what happened after Indian Wells?" she asked, her voice carrying a warmth that hadn't been there before. "I'll tell you." She unfolded the paper and held it up for the cameras. It was the note Eala had left her. Gauff had brought it to Miami, had carried it in her bag through every match, had kept it as a reminder of something she hadn't been able to put into words. She wrote this after the match, when she could have been celebrating, when she could have been focused on her own tournament. She sat down and wrote this to me. Gauff didn't read the note aloud. She folded it carefully, tucked it back into her pocket, and looked directly into the cameras. She didn't have to do that. No one would have known if she hadn't, but she did it anyway. That's who Eala is. The room erupted. Reporters scrambled to understand what they had just witnessed. Social media exploded within minutes. The note became an instant sensation, a symbol of something that seemed increasingly rare in professional sports: genuine kindness. But the note wasn't the first time Eala had shown grace toward Gauff. When Gauff retired at Indian Wells, Eala could have focused on her victory. Instead, she used her on-court interview to praise her opponent, calling Gauff a role model and dedicating her win to the women who had paved the way. After the match, she told reporters that she was more concerned about Gauff's health than her own advancement. "I really didn't want to win this way, but this is still a really big moment for me," Eala said at the time. "Coco is an amazing competitor, and I hope everything goes well and she recovers soon." Gauff, for her part, had always spoken highly of Eala. After their Dubai meeting earlier in the year, where Gauff won 6-0, 6-2, she had praised the Filipina's ability to draw crowds and thanked her for bringing a new demographic to the sport. But the note revealed something deeper. It showed that Eala's kindness wasn't just for the cameras. It wasn't just post-match diplomacy. It was genuine, private, and sustained. When Gauff was asked about the note again later in the tournament, she elaborated. "It's easy to be nice when everyone's watching. It's easy to say the right things in a press conference. But what Alex did, she wrote that note when no one was watching. She didn't post it on Instagram. She didn't tell anyone about it. She just left it for me, and she didn't expect anything in return." Gauff paused, her voice catching slightly. "That's the kind of person she is. And that's the kind of person I want to be." The Miami Open continued, and both players faced different fates. Eala's run ended in the fourth round at the hands of Karolina Muchova. The 13th-seeded Czech dominated from the start, winning 6-0, 6-2 in exactly 1 hour. Muchova fired 20 winners against just 11 unforced errors, while Eala committed 13 unforced errors and managed only 7 winners. The opening set lasted just 22 minutes, with Muchova conceding only 6 points. During the match, Brad Gilbert, the legendary coach who guided Coco Gauff to her 2023 U.S. Open title, took to social media to identify where Eala needs to improve. "Muchova all over Eala 9-0, Gilbert posted. "For someone of her height, and especially being a lefty, needs to dramatically improve first and second serve." Despite the loss, Eala left Miami with 120 ranking points and a projected ranking of number 45, a drop from her career-high number 29, but still a testament to her progress. She would next head to the Upper Austria Ladies Linz Open, a WTA 500 event beginning April 6th, to begin her clay season. Gauff, meanwhile, continued her march through the draw. She advanced to the quarterfinals after defeating Sorana Cirstea 6-4, 3-6, 6-2. The American, playing through the lingering effects of her Indian Wells injury, admitted she was still feeling the nerve issue but was managing it day by day. "I still feel it at times, but it's not as intense as back there," Gauff told reporters after her win. "There are days when I don't feel it, and others when it suddenly shows up. For now, it's about managing it and continuing to compete." Gauff's decision to reveal Eala's note sparked a conversation that transcended tennis. In an era where rivalries are often manufactured, where players are pitted against each other by media and fans, the image of two young stars supporting each other in private struck a chord. Tennis writer Ben Rothenberg, who had covered the sport for years, posted, "Coco Gauff revealing Alex Eala's handwritten note after Indian Wells is the kind of story that reminds you why you love this sport. These two are the future, and they're building it with respect." Former players weighed in as well. Billie Jean King, the founder of the WTA, posted on social media, "This is what sportsmanship looks like. Alex Eala's gesture and Coco Gauff's decision to share it remind us that competition and kindness can coexist. I'm proud of both of them." Eala herself, when asked about the note during her post-Miami press conference, smiled and deflected. "I didn't want anyone to know about that," she said quietly. "It was just something I felt I needed to do. Coco is an amazing person. She's been through so much. I just wanted her to know that I was thinking about her."
When pressed about why she wrote the note, Eala's answer revealed the depth of her character. "I've been where she was. Not the injury, but the feeling of being alone in a hard moment. When you're in that locker room after a loss like that, you feel like the whole world is watching, but you're completely by yourself. I just wanted her to know that she wasn't alone."
As both players look ahead to the rest of the season, the bond between them seems only to have strengthened. Eala heads to the Linz Open, where she will be seeded 7th and look to rebuild her ranking on the clay courts. Gauff continues her Miami Open campaign, chasing her first title of 2026. But wherever their paths lead, the moment at Indian Wells and Gauff's decision to reveal the note in Miami will remain a defining moment in their relationship. They have faced each other twice in 2026. Gauff won the first meeting in Dubai 6-0, 6-2. Eala won the second at Indian Wells via retirement. The score is 1-1, with a rubber match almost certain to come. But when they meet again, the narrative will be different. It won't just be about rankings or titles or who hits the bigger forehand. It'll be about two young women who, in a moment of vulnerability, chose kindness over competition and who have built something that no scoreline can capture. Gauff, reflecting on the note after her Miami win, offered a glimpse of what that future might look like. "I hope we play each other 100 more times," she said. "I hope we push each other to be better. And when it's all over, I hope people remember that we did it with respect, that we did it with friendship, that we did it the right way." She paused, reaching into her pocket and touching the folded paper one more time. "Alex wrote that she knew I'd come back stronger. She was right, and I'll always be grateful for that." Coco Gauff just did something no one expected. At a Miami Open press conference, the American star revealed a handwritten note that Eala had left for her after their Indian Wells match, a private gesture of kindness that had never been made public until now. The revelation stunned the tennis world. In an era where rivalries are often manufactured, where players are pitted against each other by media and fans, the image of two young stars supporting each other in private struck a chord that transcended sport. Eala, who had just lost in the 4th round to Karolina Muchova, remained characteristically humble. "I just wanted her to know that she wasn't alone," she said. Gauff, who advanced to the Miami quarterfinals, called the note a reminder of who I want to be. Their rivalry is just beginning. They have split their 2 meetings in 2026. They will meet again, probably many times, but whatever happens on court, the note will remain, a symbol of something that can't be measured by rankings or titles. What did you think of Gauff revealing Eala's note? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe to Rally Radar now for daily WTA news, match breakdowns, and stories that go beyond the scoreline, because at Rally Radar, every day is match day.